Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Gambian Talents Promotion, Washington West African Center, and its Snohomish County Vaccine Task Force Committee, Wale Coronavirus Penko Natale, ICOPS Masjid, Mimberlin Wood. Abedat la sibistu lungola, June Karo atili lulola, kabondi somonda talang kononto, katawularo talang nani. Olungole ba diro kala Pfizer vaccine la alla, ana la diningol surtu milba sanjitang animfula, kata santo. Economy of vaccine nyinta, Gambian Talent Stoyala, epe dollar kodo muang ani lulu dilela, asata rebe fon tankagang, ani la dimbaya, ani la community. Nimbim fana mam moto soto, moto kukane jakali, wolungola keba moto dila, Ming balbond la alla suol kono kal samba vaccine dulanyindo Snohomish County la mafangola. Nimi lafta ka kuma koy suto nyun kuolto. Isi nyi nombal kumandi 404-593-6215. Ke fango register anila dindingol. Akala mutako moman tankantel ku mtelbe kono fasa tara bebe tankare.
Askan wi genn leen ñu pengu jee fagar lu moo gan fa jooyaay mooy li ñuy aar.
Gambian Talents Promotion Washington West African Center ñoo boole ak Snohomish County Vaccine Task Force Committee indil leen pengu coronavirus fii si ICOPS Masjid Lanewood samedi juróomi fan si weerum June waxtu buñ ko dooree juróomi ñeneent si suba ba ñeneenti waxtu si ngoon dinañ leen jox Pfizer vaccine pour yow ak sa xale.
Especially concerning the Operation Zero Crime that is ongoing. Is an operation that is ongoing, and it is an operation that is jointly carried out by all the sister security services, which is why today also you are seeing us here, the Gambia Police Force together with sister security services, the Gambia Armed Forces, the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services, and also the Gambia Immigration Department. Unfortunately, we don't have the Drug Law Enforcement Agency with us here today, and also the Prisons Department, the State Intelligence Service, and even the Gambia Revenue Authority are all part of the Operation Zero Crime. Very well, today again, we want to come up with updates as far as the operation is concerned. First of all, we want to assure the Gambian people that the Operation Zero Crime is on course, and it is not going to be a one-off operation as many people are thinking. And this operation is going to continue, and it is going to continue for good. On that note, we want to assure the Gambian public that the security services will not relent in ensuring that crime is dealt with and curtailed and reduced to the barest minimum as far as law enforcement is concerned. We have highlighted in our previous briefings, Operation Zero Crime constitutes of all the sister security services, and the main activities that are conducted during the operation is patrols, and these patrols are done in both vehicle patrols and also foot patrols as well. Very well also, vehicle checkpoints are being mounted at very strategic places to ensure that we deal with an emerging situation, which is to do with crimes that are perpetrated by taxi drivers or drivers per se. And so this is something that has been highlighted so much in the Operation Zero Crime Phase 2, which we have launched not long ago. Operation Zero Crime Phase 1, we've done that up to the 16th of May, and then we have again launched Phase 2. And Phase 2, we are paying specific attention to taxi drivers involving in crime and crime-related issues, and that is why Zero Crime Phase 2, we pay particular attention to taxi spot checking, which is done by our traffic department as well. So this is all geared towards ensuring that we deal with all the crimes as they come on board. Very well, away from the fact that these are the activities of the Operation Zero Crime, we also want to update you on the current arrest figures that we have as far as the 16th of, from the 16th of April to the 23rd of May is concerned, the figures that we have so far. The total number of arrests is 265 individuals. We've arrested between 16th of April to 23rd of May. We've been able to arrest about 265 people. Now, these 265 people, 49 of them, when we screen, were not connected to any crime, 49 of them, and those people have been released immediately. Part of them also, we have cases that relate to drug matters, and so we have handed 27 of those cases to the Drug Law Enforcement Agency. It would have been great if they were with us here, so they could have given us an update on that as well. But the operation has handed over 27 individuals to the Drug Law Enforcement Agency for further actions, and as well we have handed over 88 individuals to the Gambia Immigration Department, simply because their cases have to do with immigration-related matters. And so those 8 people have also been handed over for further action to the Immigration Department. And the others have been charged with criminal offenses ranging from going armed in public, also breaking and stealing, possession of suspected stolen properties, as well as traffic matters. All these are related offenses that certain other individuals have been charged. And 13 of those people are already put before the courts as we speak right now. Their cases are ongoing at the courts in various areas, between Banjul, KM, and West Coast region. One thing that we want to highlight is the fact that Operation Zero Crime is coordinated between Banjul, KM, and West Coast, but notwithstanding, even the other regions, North Bank region, Upper River region, Central River region, and Lower River region are all coordinating and conducting their own patrols as well to ensure that crime is dealt with all across the country. And finally, we want to send message public. And the message that we want to send to the general public once more is to get the public to support the Operation Zero Crime, to ensure that they partner with the security and share information about any unusual activity that is happening within their communities. Like that, the police and the security will be able to take necessary actions even before the commission of crime, and that will help a lot in the prevention. Secondly, we also want to get people to understand that receiving of stolen property is a crime, and so they must not encourage buying stolen properties or hoarding or keeping stolen properties. That is also something that we definitely want people to be aware of, because every stolen property that is being from other people's houses are also sold to other people, which is in itself also somehow encouraging petty theft and thievery going on. And finally, also, we want people to understand that our officers usually will have challenges relating to individuals obstructing them. They have intelligence information to go and investigate into certain situations or make arrests, and we have individuals coming out to obstruct them. And so we want the public to desist from that, because that in itself is also an offense, and so we don't want to see that being encouraged. So these are situations that we definitely want the public to help in supporting, and also finally to still send a message to our youth to direct youthful energy into the productive sectors, and this is from crimes especially going in public, and knife crime, which results to stabbing incidents and eventually certain individuals sustain injuries. So this is the updates that we have. I will allow the immigration PRO to get some updates that they have from their end. Then we will open the floor for a few questions. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Thank you very much, my colleagues. Thank you very much, Pierre and Joy. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, as Superintendent Njai have rightly alluded, the GID is part of Operation Zero Crime, like, you know, during the period under review, 10th of April 2021, the GID received 88 persons, you know, from the operations, the general operations. We have 88 persons that are of interest to the GID with regards to 88 persons. Majority of them were having a problem of irregular status in the country, meaning they were people who were not officially resident in the country. They don't have the prescribed documentation, you know, to legitimately reside in the country, which in itself is a crime. So as a result, when we received them from the operation command, we took them to the GID and they were processed. At the end of the day, majority of them have settled, have regularized rather their status. It might interest you to know that these are people who have whose issue of, you know, irregular status in the country have deprived the government much needed revenue, because you will be amazed to realize that, you know, out of this period we were able to recover about, you know, $121,350 from these people. So you can see it is not just an issue of causing crime around the country, but also causing a loss of revenue to the government. Interestingly, we were also handed over 11 minors who were arrested within the area of Banjul. These minors were people under the age of statutory age, that is 18 years. They were mainly Senegalese. 10 of them were Senegalese, and one of them is a Gambian. As we speak, we have worked with the relevant stakeholders, that is the Department of Social Welfare, you know, to make sure that, you know, we give these people, you know, a tentative shelter while we process, you know, what is going to be done about them. The Senegalese authorities are in the picture, and all hands are on deck right now to make sure that, you know, we finalize their issues and, you know, work on modalities to reunite them with their families in Senegal. As we do this, we are also engaging, you know, the general public and all the relevant stakeholders to identify the guardians or the parents of the single Gambian child who is among these 11, to make sure that, you know, we reunite him also with his family. I would want to re-echo my call to the general public to ensure that all people, all persons who are not citizens of this country and are residing in their premises. They must make sure that these are people who are regular residents, meaning these must be people who are regularly or officially resident in the country. It is a crime to harbor undocumented aliens. The general public must hear this loud and clear. Right now, the country is going through trying times in terms of the scaling up of crime rates. So we want to make sure that we don't, like my colleague one time said here, we are not trying to be xenophobic. We are open to people of all nationalities, people of diverse backgrounds. But we want to make sure that people who are residing with us are people that we can identify, and these are people who are, who are in conflict with the laws of our country. So on this note, we want the general public to be very vigilant, and we want owners of premises to ensure that all those people who are occupying their premises are people who have the legitimate status, to be resident in those premises. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much to PRO Mamanding Diba. Just for the records, I would like to do something that I should have started with, and that is to introduce the panel to you. On my far right, I have the Public Relations Officer of the Gambia Fire and Rescue Service, PRO Jiba. Piaro Pata Jiba. He is from the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services. Then we also have Captain Malik Sanyang. He is also the Deputy Public Relations Officer at the Gambia Armed Forces. And myself, Superintendent Lamin Jai, the Public Relations Officer of the Gambia Police Force. And we have Chief Superintendent Mamandin Diba. He is the Public Relations Officer of the Gambia Immigration Department. That introduction, thank you so much. We can open the floor to take few questions, then we will call the conference off. Like I said, we will need to minimize the number of questions as to compared to the previous session because of the fact that we have some contingency plans going on here especially. Yes. We can open the floor to have 1, 2, 3 questions before we go. Yes, my lady,
Good afternoon. My name is Marianne Chan. I am the team.
Very well.
This question will go to immigration. You made mention of recovering a certain amount of money from this people who are pregnant, saying that it affects government revenue. Can you please explain more on that?
Thank you very much for that question. You may understand that the department, in as much as we are a security establishment, we are also a revenue collecting department. Having undocumented aliens in the country does not just pose a security threat to the country, but also it affects our revenue collection. And this revenue provides the much needed funds for the government to to do some important works for our people. So basically, this is what I'm trying to say, that the existence of undocumented aliens in the country does not just pose a security, also it deprives us the much needed revenue. You can imagine, within this short space of time, these people, these 88 people, who were resident in the country without the prescribed documents, were asked to pay and regularize their stay in the country. And that action have generated, a revenue of over $120,000. So can you imagine how many more are, hanging elsewhere around the country, and how much money, is attached to those people's, issue of not documenting in the country?
Yes, Nelson.
I'm Nelson from Korea.
Okay.
My question goes to the PRO police. You said you have arrested around 265. Fortunately, we are released because they don't have the crime. 27 goes to the law enforcement.
Drug law.
Drug law enforcement. 88 in the immigration. and then 13 are already in court. Meaning you have about 177. What about the rest?
The rest of the others, their cases are under investigation, because you understand that before cases go to court, they have to go through processes of investigation, and so those investigations are ongoing. In fact, it will interest you to know that the police, we always maintain that we have a period of 72 hours detention to investigate people, and so those people who are suspected of committing crime and the 72 hours have elapsed, they have been set on bail, and their cases are ongoing in terms of investigation. Once the case files are completed and compiled, their cases turn in court accordingly. Thank you. Yes?
Good afternoon. Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Very well.
Yes, I want to ask how is the crime rate in Banjul? How often do you see cases of crime in the city? And if so, where are the hotspots? If you might willingly share those information.
Very well.
Sometime last year, there was a coverage that I did regarding two children, a boy and a girl, that were found dead around 2 o'clock. So we want to know whether those are people that you want to share with me.
Very well. The city of Banjul, when it comes to crime, it's relatively lower than any other, because of the fact that Banjul, the community of Banjul, and also the police presence in Banjul, and many other factors results to that. And so it's very low when it comes to crimes. And then when it comes to crime hotspots, we collect criminal intelligence, and these are intelligence that perhaps we may not be able to share on media, but then the police work on these informations. And this is why we tell people who are found within communities, if they see anything that is happening within their community that definitely is unusual, then they can report or inform the police, and the police will act accordingly depending on those intelligence information that we gather. But it will be difficult for us to say place A, B, C, and so, but then importantly, we want to let the public know that we are very aware of crime hotspot areas, and we collect intelligence, and we also design our operations accordingly. Thank you so much. Yes, I think we'll have one or two, then we will call it off. Anybody? It seems no question. Then thank you so much for coming here once again. And finally, as we reiterate our call and our message to the public to always support the security in ensuring that we curtail and curb crime throughout the country, because the police and the security we definitely deal with crime-related situations. Thank you so much for coming here today, and we will ensure that when we are doing another briefing again, we will update you accordingly. Thank you.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonics Money Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
askan wi génn leen ñu pengu jee fagarlu moo gan fa jooyaay mooy li ñuy aar.
Gambian Talents Promotion Washington West Africa